The footrope knot. Hello everybody, welcome back again. New people, hello. Old people, oh stop giving me grief on the comments. Nah, I like it actually. Okay, right. What we're going to do today is we're going to do the footrope knot. And basically the footrope knot is a nice diamond shaped knot tied in a cord where there's 3 or more strands. And this is a 3-strand, it's a doubled footrope knot because we've actually doubled it round here, and that's what I'm going to show you today. And this is a 4-strand, see 4 strands coming out and there's 4 strands going in, and this is a 4-strand footrope knot. And in a previous video I've shown you how to do the man rope knot, where basically the man rope knot is the same as this, except these, what happens is the cords come into the knot but they don't come out the other side. So it's like that. There is nothing coming out of the right hand side of our cords. But in this particular case, the footrope knot, the cords go in one side, form a lovely diamond pattern in the rope there, and then come out again on the other side, so that we can either re-tie our rope as it was as standard, so in other words it's got a nice twist in it or a lay, or we can carry on and have that nice pattern there and then create another pattern on the either side of our footrope knot. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you 2 ways of tying, well not 2 ways of tying it. The first method, I will use the big piece of rope to tie it to try and make it more clearer for you to see, and then the second method is I will use 3 different coloured strands to see if we can't improve as you watch it, so you can see exactly what's happening. So let's do 2 versions and see which one comes out the best. And if needs be, I'll go out and buy some thick coloured rope and in future make another video with thick coloured rope, but let's see what happens. So I'll see you on the other side and let's get knotting. Right, so here we have it. I have my 4 strands of cord here, and basically what I'm going to do is at approximately that point there is I'm going to tie the footrope knot. So basically the leads will come in, go into that lovely diamond shaped knot and then come out again, so that we can put decorative work on either side of it. So to tie this knot is very, very easy. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab it in my hand like so and spread out all the leads evenly, and then once I've spread them all evenly, the next thing I'm going to do is tie a crown knot in the work. So here we go, phase 1, tie a crown knot. And basically when you're tying a crown knot, you just pick one of the leads, it doesn't matter which one. So I'm going to pick this far lead here and I'm going to pass it over this lead here. But what I'm going to do is just lock it in place with my thumb like so, because I want to keep that loop there. The next thing I'm going to do is pass the lead that's just been passed over by this one here, take it and pass it over the next one here. So there we go, and it's passed over. Now this one has been passed over, I want this one to pass over the final lead there, and the final lead has just been passed over, but the final lead itself has got nothing to pass over here, but it has to go down through that loop we created. So if I just take the end of that and pass it down through the loop, and then you see as I pull it up, just get rid of that, that's it, and as I pull it up I have now created a crown knot, a loose crown knot that is, in our work there. So that is phase 1. So let's get on and do phase 2. Okay, so phase 2. Phase 2, I've basically turned my work over, and the reason I've turned it over is I'm going to tie a wall knot, but a wall knot is a crown knot upside down. So I'm going to tie, if I tie a crown knot in this, I'm actually tying a wall knot if I turn it over, if you see what I mean. So anyway, I'm going to take any one of the leads, it doesn't matter which one, and this time I'm going to take this lead to my left here and I'm going to pass it over this lead here. So we've passed it over this lead here, and then what I want to do is just keep that loop there. So I'll mark it with that and you'll see, so there you go, I've marked it with that, and the next thing I'm going to do is pass this lead here over that lead, then that lead will pass over the last lead, and then the last lead itself, I get the working end and I pass it down through where I've marked my loop. And there's my loop there, and pass it through. And now what I'm going to do is just gently pull up tight on all the cords like so, and you'll see then that as I pull up, I'm gently creating a crown knot there, but if I turn it over, it's a wall knot. So we now have a wall knot underneath a crown knot. And just gently pull that up a bit tighter, get rid of all the slack out of it. And so there we have it. We now have a crown knot at the top, and against my hand is the wall knot. Or if I turn it up that way, that becomes the crown, that becomes the wall, but doesn't matter. Okay, right. So now that we've done that, the next thing we want to do now is just pull that up a bit tighter. There we go. Okay, now where all our leads are coming out here, the next thing you'll notice is that where they come out, there is, right, let me show you. Okay, so this lead is coming out here like so, but above it is another lead heading in that direction, and we want to follow that lead in that direction. So I'm going to just take my cord and pass it through that gap there to follow that particular lead there. There we go. Follow that one through. There we go. And we've doubled that one up. So now if I just turn it round slightly, you can see here, this lead here is coming out here, but just above it there is another lead, and we want to follow that lead there. So I'm going to take my cord and I'm going to follow that lead next to it. There we go. Follow it and pass it underneath that cord there, like so, and pass it through. There we go. So there we go. And now I've got my next lead here. Whoops. Excuse me. Hang on. Which lead is it? It's this lead here. Is that? Yeah, because that one's doubled. That one's doubled up. But this one here is coming out here like so. But there's the lead it wants to follow. So we just go up and follow that lead. Take it through that gap. Take it through that gap like so. And pull it up tight. There we go. And then we should have a final lead here. I think we've done it 4 times now. Here's my final lead. It's coming out here, but there's a lead here that's not doubled up as yet. So we're going to follow that round, follow it round and go underneath. And this time we're going underneath 2 because we previously passed over. And there, bring it round, whoops, and bring it down. There we go. And now, hopefully, all going well. And you can see here now, as I pull this up tightly, we're starting to get that diamond knot is starting to appear there. Okay, so now the next thing is, where all these leads have come through, what we want to do now is we want to follow, we're following this lead here, so that was following that one, so it wants to follow that all the way around there until it crosses over 2. When it then crosses over those 2 there, we go down there and bring it up through the middle. So if I go down there, like so, and then bring it up through the middle. Move round to the next one. So there we go, we've got 2 leads there, so we're going to go over those 2 leads, take it down through that gap and up through the middle. Just bring it up, down, and there we go. Okay, and then we've got another one here. So this lead's coming out here. It wants to go over those 2 there. So take it over those 2 and bring it up through the middle. Simple as that. It's really, once you get used to this knot, it's a really easy one to tie. And then here is our final cord here. It's coming out here. We need to follow that one there. We need to go over those 2 there. So take it over those 2, bring it down, up through the middle, and bang. There we go. And you can see now, instantly, it's not even tight yet, but instantly now, we have got a lovely diamond shaped knot has started to appear there. And so the next thing I would do is just basically go around all the cords and pull up all the slack until we've got a nice, and we're talking nice tight knot in that section there, and just gradually pull up on it, and you can see here all the slack bits can be pulled out of it, and eventually we end up with a lovely double foot rope knot in here. And so there you can see it's starting to appear now very nicely. So that's doing it with 4 strands, and that's a double foot rope knot using 4 strands. And what I'll do next is I will show you with my paracord on the different colours of how to tie it that way as well. So if one way wasn't clear enough because the cordage was the same colour, you'll get it on the next go. Okay, so I'll see you back in a second. Okay, welcome back again. Here we go. I've zoomed the camera in a little bit to try and make this a bit easier to watch. And in this particular case, I've got 3 strands of cord that I want to tie my foot rope knot in. At the point I want to tie the foot rope knot in, I've just masked it off. Or you can seize it with a constrictor knot. Choice is yours, but let's get on and tie this. So what I've done now is I've now put it up this way, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a crown knot into my work. So we can choose any lead to tie our crown knot. I'm going to choose the red lead, and I'm going to pass the red lead over the green lead like so. But when I pass it over, I'm just going to hold that one in place because I want to keep that loop there for future. You'll see at the end. Okay, you'll see. Anyway, if you're enjoying this video, please thumbs up. Ooh, that's a big thumb. If you hate it, thumbs down, but please leave a comment and tell me why. Okay, so now I've passed the red over the green, like so. So basically, I've just taken the red lead and I've passed it over the green lead, and I'm holding it now with my fingers to keep that loop there. I then take the green lead and pass it over the blue lead. And then finally, I take the blue lead and pass it through the red loop that we created earlier. And then gradually, as I pull that up, you will now see that at the top here, we've got like a crown has appeared there. So we've tied our crown knot into our cordage. Next thing I'm going to do is just turn it over because it makes it a little bit easier to see. And now that I've turned it over, I'm going to do a wall knot, or because I've turned it over, it's now going to be another crown knot, but I'm going to tie the knot that way round on our work. And I'm going to take the first colour that I come to, which happens to be the red one, and I'm passing the red one over the green one. But don't forget, the first one that you do, you want to keep your loop just there. So I will mark it with my spike there. And then once I've done that, I then take the green one and pass it over the blue one, like so. And then finally, let's just get these cords out of the way. Finally, I'm going to pass the blue one over the green one and down through the red, like so. There we go. And it's passed through. I can take that out of the way. And then all I need to do is just gently pull up on all my cords. And then once I've pulled up on my cords, you will see here now that what I've got is, I have got, let me just show you, I've got a crown knot at the top and I've got a wall knot at the bottom. Right, so this next bit is easy. What we're going to do now is where the leads come through, we now need to pick up and double up on our cordage. And so you can see this lead's coming through here, and we now want to follow that blue lead and double up. So I'm going to follow that blue lead, double up, and that blue lead goes under the red there like so, and all I'm going to do is pass that through there and double up underneath the red. Okay, so that's one done. I'm just going to turn it round a little bit till I get to my next colour, and my next colour is the green is coming out here. And as you can see, there's a green line going up there and going under the 2 blue there. And all I'm going to do now is just pick up the green and pass it through that gap there and pull it through there. Okay, and so let's see, where are we at now? My next one along is the red, and the red is the only lonely one there now, and that red one needs to follow that red one, and so I'm going up to the right hand side of it underneath the 2 green like so, and then pull it through. And then we can now pull up a little bit more, pull it up a little bit more to bring out all the slack. That's it. And you can now see that even now, let's just pull that through a bit more, just tighten up on it slightly. There we go. Okay, and you can see now we're starting to get a bit of a diamond shape appearing in our cordage. Right, so the next thing we want to do is let's pick up the first lead that I come to. I'm going to choose the blue one, and you can see the blue one is following the blue one underneath round. So what we're going to do is do exactly the same, is we're going to follow that blue one round, but as soon as we get past the 2 green ones, we're going to go up through the middle. So I'm going to take it round over the top of the 2 green, pass it down through that gap, and then pick it up in the middle. And could have had it a little bit looser, but I will get it through. And there we go. I'm just pulling on it now and pulling it up through the middle. There we go. So you can see there, it's gone underneath the 2 red, over the 2 green, and then it's now going up and coming out of the middle there. Take the next colour and do exactly the same again. So the next one is, this red one has to follow this red one here, go parallel to it, so it's going over the 2 blue and up through the middle. So over the 2 there, poke my little porky fingers down there, and there we go, we're pulling that one up there. But now we've got 2 of the cords coming up through the middle, which means we've only got 1 left to do, and the one left to do is this green one here, and the green one is going to pass over those 2 red ones there. So pass it over those 2 red ones and then up through the middle. There you go, and pass through and up through the middle. And you can see now all my cords are coming through the middle, and you can see now as I gently pull up on this, I'm getting a nice diamond appearing there. And so what we've done is we have created our double foot rope knot in our cord, and just gently pull it up. And what you'll need to do now is just go around and gently, to start with, pull up, get all the slack out of it, and then as you get up all the slack out of it, you will see that you've got a beautiful diamond shaped knot appearing in your cordage there. And you see as I'm doing that, it's just gently pulling up and becoming a nice decorative knot in there. And it's not too bad using those 3 colours. So there you go. That is a foot rope knot tied with 3 different coloured strands of paracord. And here is the foot rope knot tied in, whoa, sorry, I forgot I'd zoom the camera in. That scared me even when I looked at the screen. There's a huge monster appearing. And you can see here now, I've got a larger foot rope knot using 4 strands. Okay, and so there you have it. That is the foot rope knot. A very, very beautiful, decorative, diamond shaped knot that can be used to enhance your work as you're going along. And yeah, I don't know what else to say other than it's one of those knots that I really do love. So anyway, once again, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, yeah, look at those big beasties coming towards you. If you hated it, but do please leave me a comment. Some of you do leave some good comments and you don't half get me thinking and give me grief. But yeah, leave a comment because I promise you I will answer all comments. Okay? And if I don't, write me a bad comment to say I didn't answer the last comment. So there you go. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.